Howdy, howdy, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. We will be talking about all and the most important good stuff, but mostly the important stuff. And so here we are. So, real quick. So, when getting into this type of game, it's really interesting because a couple of things. There's no way to lose unless you're just absolutely lazy and yada yada yada. But honestly, there's like no way to lose. The way I'm doing things is like massive production.
My
The only
position.
issue is right now
Did I
is like
say that out loud?
trying to balance everything out. So obviously I messed up at the beginning of time. Now keep in mind this video is gonna be like maximum 20 minutes. I'm not gonna do any edits, none of that. I'm just gonna explain what you should be looking for and how you should get yourself sorted. So I'm at the stage where like you you progressed and now you're trying to make it more efficient and understand the concept. So like an example, I have maximum buildings you can have is 140. Obviously I had like 140 and then I had to destroy many things and rebuild and stuff like that to kind of maximize the situation. So what you have to look for the most is this key phrases here. Now for the water, it's really simple. All you need is just buckets. You fill it up in a well. You come here and to the food storage, put the buckets here, and that's it. You're done. Nothing to it. And it doesn't take that much weight, thankfully. So that's why. At first I had like 17,000 kilograms, but then I decided to reduce it. I thought I'd reduced it one more. It's weird. Hold on. No, I guess I didn't. Oh, yeah, I was actually finishing up. This is the storage. And it's number 2? Wow, I thought it was number 3. Even worse. There. So, let's see. Whoops. And it's all about the balancing game because the maximum structures they let you have is 120. And I already messed it up by putting this is how many houses I have. 52. It's wild. It's wild. 52. Because 52 is basically 100 workers, right? And so because right now it's 64, it's because they're all filled up, don't get me wrong, but most of them are like mothers, uh, working with the child and stuff like that. Why is this empty? I have no idea. That's weird. Why is this empty? Okay, I have to get them females. I didn't realize that. Thank God I'm talking about this. But yeah, I have to go find them females and then they're gonna bring more workers. But that's the thing, like, that's already too many workers because like in 15 to or like 18 years from now, all of these kids are going to be able to work. So if you're looking at your household, it's 3 times 52, that's give or take over 150. 156 to be exact. So that's what it is. So you're gonna have to like calculate everything. Like an example, I didn't have all of these stalls here, right?
Practically losing
But I
money.
decided to put them all in here because that's the most crucial thing. Um, because this is where you go and sell. If you have to manually, obviously I don't have workers for all of them. But if you manually
Our
sell
king
to
will go
the
down in
villages,
history
like
as the
here
most forgettable
and
one.
there and over there, they might give you like maximum all of them. It's like 20k because there's like I don't know like 13 vendors and they give you like an average of 1.5k each. Some of them give you 1,000, some of them give you 2,000. So at the end of the day, it's like 20k. Um, and that's per season, all right. And so the way I go about here is each season is 15 days. So that's kind of big. Um, so yeah, I basically have it like that. Now for the so what you're gonna have to do is calculate, okay, which is gonna sell for more, what should you produce. I've already had tons of um, sheeps. I had like 13 fowls. I had like over 100 sheeps. I've had pigs. I've had all of them, but I had to remove because they were not efficient, and the you know stuff you make to uh, to spin, it's not even worth it. Stuff like that. And also for animals, at the end of the day, requires feed, which is the animal feed. And so having to grow wheat and rye just to make animal feeds like this, oats, rye, and so on and so forth, it was a bit expensive. And all of these farms that I've had, they all used to be like different things, but now I just made it all into flax. And so what I would do with flax is like I'll have two incomes coming to me. One is through flax that I can just make, some shirts or whatever. I'll have to look something that just has flax in it, which is linear thread, and then so on and so forth. That would be the massive way of making money. And the other alternative, which is the best, is making um, bronze tools. So if you go up here into extraction, these guys here are producing me copper, and this all of them is going to be copper, by the way. And so when you add it all up, it's going to give you enough that you're going to be producing tin ore as well. So you have to balance out like, okay, how much tin am I making from here? 477 plus 390 plus 90 equals, let's say, 700, and therefore you have to calculate, okay, I'm making 75 here, 114 here, 50 there, and so that will equal 700. And then you come on down here, uh, and then you make that 700
The only time when you're not
of
sure if you're sweating
copper,
from the heat
and
or
then
from hard work.
you make 700 of tin. Well, technically it takes 2 bars or 2 ores each, so you would make half that value. So you would make, let's say, 400, no, 350, and so you would then be able to make 350 bronze bars, right? And then you can make the resource that you need uh, with that bronze bar, and just pick one. I know there's a lot of tools in there, but just pick one stupid tool. Doesn't really matter. Uh, in this case, I just decided to like stick with
Anything you
the
need, you
pickaxes.
got it. Just tell me what I
So
need you
we
to
come
do.
here, we'll build shit ton of pickaxes. I already have quite a bit of them that still needs to be sold. And you see, pickaxe would be right here, 5,800. And so all of these traders, as they level up, you see, which is doesn't take them that long, maybe like a year or two. I don't remember how long it takes, and they can sell you up to 4.2. So that's equivalent to 1.3k per day that they're selling. And so then you have to do some math, like I give you an example. So if your excavation uh, is gathering you 700 tin and then 700 copper, you're gonna divide that by two. That's 350 bars. Now you're gonna have to divide that number by two to make pickaxes, and that's how many pickaxes you're gonna make. Uh, Whatever the case may be, it could be uh, per day or per season, which is 15 days. So you're making 175, okay? And so then you're going to, let's pretend I am doing this per day because obviously that number is low. So we're gonna multiply this number by how much they are worth. So right now at the market they're worth $315 each. So you're making per day $55,000, right? Now Also, you're gonna have to find out how many stalls you need to make that. So if you have 175 and each stall, level 10, can yield you or can sell for you 4.2, you're gonna have to do that type of math. So let's say it's 42. So you're gonna have to have 42 stalls to be able to make it per day. So let me give you like real numbers. I'm making about right now because like some of the mothers are uh, they are in labor and so they're not working. So my full efficiency isn't there yet, but I'm basically be making 15,000 iron ore, or not, sorry, not iron ore, brown copper and tin. 15,000 of that per every 15 days. So basically that's 1,000 tin and copper per day. And then you divide that by 2. That's 7.5k bars. Divide that by 2. And that's how many tools you're going to make. Now, you're going to also divide that by 4.2. And that's, wow. Well, actually, I don't know if you need, yeah, well, that's per day. But no, you don't actually need that. But let's just say this is how much you sell it for. That's how much you're gonna make. And so right now to equalize, let me see. If I'm making, okay, let me do this one more time. So if I'm making 3,750 um pickaxes per day or per season, I would have to divide this by 4.2 and then divide that number by 15. And that's, wow. Am I tripping? Or is this telling me that I need to? Is this number telling me do I need to have like 60 of this guys selling? Because if they're selling 4 per day, making me this much, and this is how much I have in storage right now, that would mean that 1549 divided by 4.2. That's how many days it's gonna take divided by 15. That's how many seasons it's gonna take. Well, that's per each. So if we go back, oh, we're gonna do 15 again. So 3, and I don't know how many stalls do I have? Like 33. So 11. So that means it's gonna take 11 days. What I mean by that is market stalls have 33. Now keep in mind those 33 isn't really like all for that. I'm also selling cloth because I was making quilted vest, what I showed you earlier. So that's how many I need to sell. But then I realized that it's not worth it because I could make a lot more if I were just to have them mine and so on and so forth. But for the food wise, you see how like we are losing so much in food? We used to have a lot of food, but now because everybody's going on labor and stuff like that, we don't have that much food. And I was not really looking too much into it. Let me see if we have any free labors. Yes, we do. Great. So we're gonna put them into food. Oh, they're diplomacy. Oh no. Okay. Well, this one is survival, so I guess I could put them into food. So food would be like this. Pop, just like that. And then I know this is a weird way of looking at things. And this could be diplomacy, so let me just do it like this. That's a little bit more easier. Less buttons to click. And then I have one more, which will go to the herb. We have herb right here. We're just gonna put them there. Even though they're better at farming. But, they have to increase their experience somehow. So if we look at, so right now we need to have 2,500 food. Let's see how much food we're actually producing. So if we look at this guy, we're making 1. Like let's say 1.2k, and then this guy is producing us 900. Okay, and then this guy is producing us. All right, so that would be 2.4k, and then this person is producing us 56. So therefore we should be good. We don't have to worry about food. You see it's 2144, and it's just basically staying even. So we should not be worried about food, to be honest. Now it's nighttime. The thing is, like, I wish there was a way to speed up the time, but there's not. And this is the longest game there is, because each
Oh.
day is about like 23, 24 minutes. And so you have to go and sleep before you can go to the next season. It's gonna take at least like, I don't know, like an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, IRL. So that's the only sad part. Now, yeah, when you're looking at this, you always want to kind of manage and make sure that everything is equalized. Now, keep in mind, this is so not efficient the way I did it, because I have 52 houses. If only I knew, because the problem is that 18 years from now, as I keep skipping and going to the next seasons, 18 years from now, I'm going to have this population, 143, and climbing. Keep in mind, it's climbing because I have 52 times, I mean, who knows, maybe they'll have another baby, right? Right now it's 3 out of 4, but eventually they might have even another baby, who knows? So it's even worse. So instead of having like 150 people, could be 200. And so right now it's 143 people, and 18 years from now it's going to be 143 workers, right? And so do I have enough jobs for those people? No. So if you wanted to kind of like be ready for stuff like that, I would recommend like doing the numbers. So let's say you have 140 buildings, 140 buildings. Let's say, and this is going to be a bad example, but let's say you want them to have uh, hunting. And hunting takes 4 people, as you can see from the bottom. You see there's a bottom number. It says how many people can work up to, and it's 4. So if you have these guys, then you can have 4 individuals working. And so, you could definitely solve a problem like that. You have food, which is good, and then you can, you know, do some skins and make some furs to sell. But honestly, I'm playing the long hard mode, which I have to find out what I'm gonna do with all those workers in the future. Either like relinquish them or keep them, and I'm gonna have like a bunch of workers doing nothing. Unemployment is gonna be high, but yeah, just look into that. Also, money, it's not that hard to come by. I pay like, at this rate, you see, this is per quarter. So if you do 17,589 times 4, that's how many, well, actually I pay more than that. I don't know why it's that number, but I pay way more than that. Um, like almost
When
80,000 a
nothing
year
hurts you,
in taxes,
yield it.
which is fine. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Just keep that in mind. Other than that, you should be golden, and there's really not much else that you should be worried about. Now, quest, you see, I have like 90,000 reputation, because my settings I increased a lot because I don't want to fucking do quest all day. They're like even like repetitive or like time consuming. So uh, yeah.
If it's possible to visit all the nearby villages on foot.
Yeah, I think that covers it. Just play smart, be awesome, do massive production, and figure this out. You got this. Enjoy it.